Finesse presents the audiobook After the Ego, Insights from the Pathwork Guide on How to Wake Up, written and narrated by Jill Loree. Introduction. There is so much phenomenal information packed into this book. To help you get the most from these teachings, I would like to offer an orientation regarding some of the Pathwork Guide's word choices. According to the guide, human beings have a tendency to get used to particular words. Over time, certain words can become so abused and misunderstood, they become negatively charged. As a result, we develop an allergy to them. Sin and evil are two such words. Other times, we will hear a word so often, we come to think we know what it means, and then don't think any further about all it represents. The word ego is in this category. So as you read along, the guide will regularly change up the words he uses, even though he is still essentially pointing to the same thing. Here are other words the guide uses to refer to our ego: ego self, ego mind, conscious awareness, dualistic consciousness, immediate consciousness, limited consciousness, limited mind, mind, outer mind, and superimposed mind. In this collection of teachings, the guide will be presenting ideas regarding the awakened state, about how to wake up, which is something your ego may not yet be familiar with. In truth, every incarnated being on this planet has the same long-term goal: to wake up. So, understanding more about it is incredibly important. Here are some of the words the guide uses to point to the part of our being that relates to the awakened state: real self, which includes the higher self and lower self; true self, which is only the higher self; inner self, inner mind, inner universe; unitive consciousness, universal intelligence, universal self, universal force, universal life force, universal consciousness; greater universal consciousness, greater consciousness, great universal power, greater self, God consciousness, greater mind; inner divinity, deep mind, unlimited mind, infinite consciousness, expanded consciousness, divine consciousness, and awakened consciousness. As these teachings unfold, you will come to see how this word-changing strategy, if you will, helps us break up rigid structures in our mind, so our mind can expand beyond itself. For the ego mind has a tendency to believe it knows. But there is much the limited ego mind does not yet know, especially if we have not yet experienced this larger aspect of ourselves. In many lectures, the guide refers to the mind's tightly held beliefs as images. It's as though we took a picture of a thought and then put it in a frame and set it on the shelf of our mind. By now, we've looked at it for so long, we don't even notice it is there. In our work, we must come to see our images and take them out of the precious frames we have put them in. For they hold misconceptions and, being untrue, lead us into traps and painful life situations. But I'll let the guide tell you more about that. For now, just know that the guide will point to our images in different ways. And when he does, we need to take notice. Here are alternative words used for images: misconceptions, misunderstandings, mistaken beliefs; limited beliefs, limiting beliefs, fixed beliefs; tightly held convictions, wrong conclusions, wrong thinking, misguided thinking. Finding our images is key for unlocking our limited world and setting us free. Make no mistake, We are now prisoners, not of an unfair world, but of our own mind. And yet there is so much more to life we can experience once we open to the truths presented in this book. There is so much more to discover about life after the ego.